Griffin Johnson just got really emotional about talking about Dixie and Noah, and we have all the details. I'm Tony Moras.
I'm Gabi Conti, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. Dixie and Griffin, or Grixie, broke up about a month ago after it was revealed that Griffin was Snapchat flirting with other girls. Since the split, Dixie has been spending a lot of time with Noah Beck, convincing fans the two are dating. Griffin has posted a few cryptic things on social media recently, alluding to the fact that he is hurt how quickly Dixie moved on with someone he is friendly with. Well, Griffin was just leaving Saddle Ranch last night, and the Hollywood Fix asked Griffin the question we all wanted to know. Quote, a lot of people are saying that Noah broke the bro code by hanging out with Dixie. What do you think?
This is about bro code.
Bro code,
This
it's
is
all
about the bro code. Which is tough. I've had this happen too in one of my relationships with one of my bros out there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh,
Which bro were you? Were you the Noah or were you the Griffin?
I've been the Griffin.
The Griffin, okay.
I've been the Griffin.
So
yeah.
You dated a girl and then your bro or someone who, because in this case,
the bro swooped up and came right in afterwards.
yeah, in this case, I wouldn't say that Griffin and like Noah are super tight, you know?
Right, yes.
But they are in like the similar circles. They're both like Sway House affiliated, even though I don't think Griffin is in the Sway House anymore. But they all they hang out with the same crowd. So it does seem a little incestual, I would say.
Right.
But, I don't know. I feel like with girls, this would be like World War III.
Whoa, it is.
It is,
totally
though.
Guys definitely have a weirder approach. It's weird. We do have a weird approach on this kind of stuff where it's like, I've texted my bro who did this to me, and we were like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But, you girls would, take it down.
Well, I'm just trying to think, what if it was, what if, the situation was changed, and what if it was, Griffin dated Addison after dating Dixie? Addison and Dixie would not be friends. Granted that they are probably, that's not the best example because Addison and Dixie are very tight, whereas, Noah and Griffin, to our knowledge, are not super tight.
Do you feel like all of these people, though, in this world kind of have this incestual dating thing with each other?
Well, it's like Hollywood, right?
It is like Hollywood.
Because Hollywood does the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, Hollywood does the same thing with actors, and I feel like TikTok is their own community, but they are in Hollywood. And I mean, yeah, you go by Saddle Ranch every night, you go by Boa any night, they're all there. It feels like it is like the high school cafeteria where everyone's hanging out between classes. But there's no classes, they're just waiting for more things to be lifted in Los Angeles so they can party more.
Which is, you said though that he mentioned that he's not at the Sway House. Griffin's not at the Sway House anymore.
He's working with Triller now, I believe that is what it is. He's still on TikTok, and I don't believe that he is, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe that he is still considers himself a member of the Sway House, but also the Sway House in general has been dealing with a lot of transformation and change, especially after the big blowout that happened for Bryce's party. They don't live in that house anymore. The power was shut down from what I understand. They're in a new house, but I don't know, they're Sway affiliated? I'm not sure.
Because we interviewed Griffin
yes.
at Hollywire
yes.
when he was at the Sway House.
Right.
And I remember sitting there talking, he was in the beginning of that stage,
yeah.
I'm moving into this house, I'm gonna be part of all these guys, and this is my boys, this is my homies, and they were loving each other, and it was a really, it's interesting how that was just a couple months ago.
Well, no,
and this just moved over.
This moved over, but I don't. When you interviewed him, Noah is newer to TikTok and to this whole TikTok celebrity world.
I was gonna bring up Noah later.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to Griffin.
No, but yeah,
because
he wasn't there yet.
Emotional. Where is that right now?
Well, he's at a very interesting point in his career. I feel like he's kind of what is his brand? What is his identity? I feel like he's figuring that out. He's been pivoting to YouTube more. He's been doing more YouTube videos. And that was the thing, too, that actually, just as we're reporting this right now, Griffin just did a statement that TikTok Room posted about an apology, somewhat of an apology to Dixie, which fans were waiting for because he had teased the potential of doing an apology for Dixie after all this thing surfaced with the Snapchat thing with the girl, but now we kind of have an apology, which we will read for you later. But yeah, I mean, he's going through a lot of change.
Because I felt like he's always out with he's open with all of his stuff. He was part of the Sway House, and then he had a huge relationship online with Dixie.
Yes.
And they were in a show together.
Yes.
Is that an entanglement, or am I just making that
No,
up?
that's
Okay.
very true because they had a very public relationship and they didn't officially call each other boyfriend and girlfriend, sadly, until the very end of their relationship.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
So but that's a thing that we've been seeing a lot. I mean, we saw this with Charlie and Chase that they were like obviously dating and they were together, but
Right.
they didn't call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think at all during their relationship, but they broke up.
So I wonder why he is getting emotional over this.
It seems like, I mean, it's emotional. He just kind of like, he seems like a little bit, he's been noticeably out of the public eye. He's been noticeably not going out.
Right.
And so in the interview with the Hollywood Fix, you can see that like he kind of looks a little disheveled. He admits that he hasn't really like gone out in the past 2 weeks, which is when all this kind of drama went down. He's been keeping a low profile. So yeah, he does seem like a little sad by this. And then also remember, the past 2 weeks have been when Dixie and Noah have been very public, very out there.
Right.
We've seen them at Saddle Ranch. Noah is in a music video with Dixie now, it looks like. So I kind of get why he's keeping, it seems like him running into them would be very awkward.
I mean, do you think he's keeping a low profile because Dixie is a very powerful, she's
Yes.
very powerful on the internet.
Yeah.
And if you even say anything,
Mm-hmm.
if you even open up your mouth, the fans are going to come after you and they're going to screen grab you, they're going to record you, and then Hollywire might talk about
Yeah,
you.
might talk about, well, it's true. Yeah, I mean, that could be a reason that maybe he wasn't ready to like have a statement about what happened. And now he seems to have like a clearer head. He did really open up to the Hollywood Fix about how he's feeling about the whole thing and how he feels that Noah is dating his ex-girlfriend, or possibly dating, sorry. And that is what we're calling them, Nixie. I guess that is the name for Noah and Dixie.
That's what they're saying?
That's what they're
They
saying.
already got the name out
Nixie.
there? Nixie?
Nixie.
So is this official yet?
It's not official.
Okay,
And
okay.
they keep on denying it. So they're out, and like there is paparazzi footage of Noah and Dixie, and they are very flirtatious. They were actually caught this weekend, and it looked like Dixie was about to go in for a kiss on Noah. It looks like he's playing a love interest in her music video. So they definitely, it's all signs pointing to them. They're definitely the couple that everyone's shipping now that Bradison appears to be over. Sorry, Bradison shippers. So they do seem to be the couple that people are rooting for.
But I did see Griffin last night, though.
Yes,
at
you
the
were
Sa-
there.
I was
You
there
were at Saddle Ranch, yeah.
And he was like, there was like a demeanor of him lower, just tone. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like watching out, not like really trying to. Because all of this way, guys, they're all there. All those different houses are all at these venues. So he's kind of like has to keep to himself. He kind of kept to himself a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we saw there was video footage of him that he was with a smaller group of people, I believe, with people, and then he was sitting next to a girl with blonde hair and bangs wearing a leather jacket, which he
Right.
looked a little flirtatious with. But he did tell the Hollywood Fix that he's currently not talking to anyone.
Definitely.
Which is interesting, because he was talking to other people when he was dating Dixie, and now that they're not together, he's not talking to anyone.
So we should get into that.
Let's get into that, yes.
Okay, so Griffin first said, I love how it's like, dude. He says, dude, you know what it is? You know what it is when, man, he says, dude, you know what it is? You know what it is, man? People can be mad. People can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day, this is not going to matter in a year.
Mm-hmm.
When the Hollywood Fix asked why Griffin would say it wouldn't matter in a year, Griffin said, it's just petty. Like I said, in a year, it's not going to matter. People aren't going to be talking about this in a year from now. When asked if Griffin will ever be able to forgive Noah for hanging out with Dixie after the split, Griffin said, man, I don't even know.
Which is interesting. So it does sound like there is a little, like, resentment perhaps towards Noah. It doesn't seem like Noah and Griffin are talking. And it definitely has to, like, even if Noah and Dixie are just friends, it has to hurt to see your ex out with another person so publicly. Even if we know that Griffin is the wrong in the breakup, we're aware of that. He cheated on Dixie allegedly, so yes. But it still has to. I mean, he's a human being. He must have feelings, and it must hurt.
But what I'm getting out of this is that he's thinking that, like, this is like internet relationship drama.
Yes.
Where in a year, this probably won't matter.
It's good perspective, and I do agree, because I think, if we look back to what we were talking about a year from now, we're definitely not talking about it still today.
Definitely.
And
Unless
so-
you're Harry Styles.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think a year from now that, probably Griffin will be dating someone new, Dixie will have moved on, and they could probably be friends. I mean, we're seeing this already with Chase Hudson and Charlie, and that was like a ton of drama that went down with them. The two of them recently were in a TikTok video together. So
Right.
they seem to have gained perspective on it and are able to make nice and be friends. So I do think we'll probably see a similar thing with Dixie and Noah and Griffin down the line for sure.
I think the more the individuals will talk about it, like as an like open to the Hollywood Fix people,
Yes.
or to anybody else, the story does still keep continuing to linger.
It does.
But if they completely drop it and are just like no comment,
Mm-hmm.
then someone needs to teach them that. If they really want to get rid of this,
Yes.
they need to just not comment at all.
Right, because even though, like, and we're reading what Griffin had said verbatim to the Hollywood Fix, but even the way we're reading it and our tone might be misconstrued in the way that he actually said it.
But he just posted something on the socials.
He did, yeah. So
And
Griffin,
so if you really want to nip this in the butt, and you want to say this comment like it's not going to matter in a year, you don't post anything.
you don't post that.
You don't post anything.
So it's interesting.
So he shouldn't have said this in a year, because otherwise this could continue for a year.
Well, so as we're reporting this, about 36 minutes ago, TikTok Room posted. They're usually right on it, so
Right.
it probably means that Griffin had just posted this. Oh wait, so yeah, so 16 minutes ago from when they posted. So yeah, this is recent. Griffin had just made a statement. This is a statement that he teased the Hollywood Fix that he would be making about everything that has gone down. And in the statement, he comes out to say about his relationship with Dixie, how it was really in the public eye and it was far from perfect. And he wants people to know that, to respect Dixie and that he has nothing but support for her. And he kind of apologizes for what happened and what he went through, but he also admits that he's a flawed human being and he's working on himself. So this is the apology that I think fans were waiting for from Griffin for a while now. Griffin recently had teased that he was going to make an apology, but it ended up being promoting a YouTube video. So I think fans were excited to hear this from what I've heard. Yes, so people seem to be pleased with him.
The fans are excited because the fans want to know more about it.
Right.
They love the stories. This is
Yes.
a great storyline for the internet. But if he continues to make posts like this and comments like this whole comment that he said to the Hollywood Fix won't be true.
Well, because he's making it, if he had never commented, we wouldn't be talking about it today. If
Right.
he never spoke with the Hollywood Fix, this would not be our
He just
live
commented,
story.
he just made
and
a
he
post
just
again
made another
today.
post. So yeah, I guess that's the lesson there.
You gotta show him, you gotta stop.
Yeah.
If you want us to stop, you gotta stop.
You gotta stop. And
You gotta stop.
And he is talking out. He's speaking out. So Griffin went on to explain that he has his own comments coming, which now we had just shared those comments. You'll see those on the screen. Griffin had just made that comment, but he said that his comments are nothing crazy though. When asked who Griffin is dating now, the TikToker explained that he's talking to no one. As he explained, "This is the first time I've been out in like 2 weeks. I've been laying low." Well, the Hollywood Fix kept grilling Griffin about his dating life, saying there has to be a couple of girls on TikTok that he's talking to. But Griffin said, "Not really, dude. I haven't been watching it." But before Griffin was interviewed by the Hollywood Fix, he was spotted having dinner with a group of friends, and at that dinner, he was paying a lot of attention to a mystery blonde girl with bangs who was wearing a leather jacket. As for what Griffin thinks of Noah, he said, "As long as he's a good guy, I've got no complaints." So I do think that Griffin, wants the best for his ex Dixie. I'm sure he realizes that he did her wrong and wants her to be happy, which is usually the mentality of most people after they've broken up with someone.
So he goes out. He's out last night at Saddle
Yeah.
Ranch. We heard, this is a rumor, we heard that brands are actually maybe paying these TikTok stars to wear face masks with logos on them. Do we have that photo? Let's pull up the photo. There's
Of
actually
Griffin
a
last
face.
night?
He's got a mask on.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask.
I just want to know, maybe that he was out there doing some stuff.
Well, it could. I mean, it
You guys
explains-
got to check this out.
it
Keep
ex-
your eyes open for all
It
this
explains
stuff.
why he's talking to the paparazzi. He's talking to the It's the same reason
Right.
why you walk the red
Look
carpet.
at this. So what is it?
Yeah.
It's a.
It says Ripper Magoos is
We
what
don't
it
know what
says.
that is. We
But
haven't
he's
paid or
also,
not
but
paid.
he was wearing prior to this Griffin. So the last time we saw Griffin out 2 weeks ago, which is when he's referring to, he was leaving Craig's at a dinner with Jonathan Cheban, which
Okay.
people were like, "Why are they hanging out? Why is the food god hanging out with
Wow.
with him?" Then he was wearing his Saddle Ranch face mask. So he's wearing a Saddle Ranch face mask for a while. I don't think Saddle Ranch is paying any
They're
of
not
these
paying.
TikTokers to wear face masks because they're already getting the free press because the TikTokers are there almost every night.
Have you guys heard about this?
Yeah.
This is crazy that the celebrities, the TikTok stars, would wear like brands
Yes.
on their face mask, and get paid for it.
I think they must, because I mean it is free exposure.
Free exposure.
I saw it recently happen where where Charlie was being interviewed in front of Boa, and a guy came up to her and handed her a face mask, and she kind of like they had a conversation about her. She knew what it was. She put it on her face, and she did the interview with that face mask on, and then took it off. And that face mask was promoting a website. So, I mean, that is kind of the best advertisement you can have right now.
That's amazing. Genius.
Is using a face mask as a billboard. And it seems like people are doing that. So definitely keep an eye out on that as you're watching these influencers being interviewed, as you're watching these TikTok stars. Go to Salad Ranch, go to Boa, talk to the Hollywood Fix or whoever they're talking to. Watch their face mask and see what it says.
Let's talk about, though, how hard it is for their age.
Yes.
How old is Griffin?
Griffin, I believe, is in his I think he's like
Young,
21,
right?
20, or maybe younger than that. I mean,
And so he was in trouble with Dixie because he did some online cheating, right?
Online cheating.
Online
and,
cheating.
Well, Dixie will later say, which is another thing that she had commented, saying that I guess there was a total of 48 screenshots.
Of the same person?
I think various women. So there was one, this all came to a head where there was one woman who did a green screen TikTok video, and she showed several messages, I want to say at least 5 or 7 messages, that Griffin had sent her on Snapchat, asking her to hang out, asking her to send pictures of her feet.
Feet?
Yes.
Wow.
It's foot fetish.
Foot fetish.
People have different fetishes. Don't judge them.
I wanted to touch on this subject
Yeah.
because Gabi here, this is why I love Gabi. she can really take a side and go with it. So was it really cheating though?
I think it's cheating.
Did he really cheat on her?
I think it's cheating because, to me, cheating is any type of communication with other women with the intention to hang out.
Right.
And we also know that Dixie and Griffin were long distance for a while during the pandemic. So if he is sending these messages so openly to women on Snapchat, where they can take screenshots of it, how do we know that he wasn't acting on it? Because all she has are the screenshots. She doesn't have the actual interactions, which could have been more than that.
Right. So he got that notification. Is that still on Snapchat?
I think so, yes. If you take a screenshot of something, but sometimes people, what they do is if someone is they won't screenshot it, they'll use their other friend's phone and they'll do a screen record using the other phone. So I think that was maybe what had happened. So because he would have been aware, I think, if someone was screenshotting.
And the reason why we don't cheat is because
you always get caught.
You always get caught, and you break hearts.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna cheat, just break up. If you are tempted, I know it's tough, but if you're tempted to cheat on someone, it means that you shouldn't be with that person and you should be single.
But we don't really know the ins and outs of their relationship. Sorry if I'm getting too into the relationship out there, everybody, but they had this where they didn't announce that they were official for a long time.
But that seems
and there's a lot of baggage that picks up with that.
Yeah, well, that seems to be a trend.
I'm trying to help you out, Griffin.
No,
I'm trying to get the other side there.
I think the whole not announcing that you're official is kind of a trend that we're seeing because I feel like the TikTok community, and maybe this is a trend for people around this age, Gen Z, that not announcing that you are boyfriend and girlfriend is a big step. So that's why instead of saying you're boyfriend and girlfriend, they would prefer to just say, oh, we're hanging out, and then look like they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and then make that statement when they're ready.
Okay, so let's get more into this here.
Yeah.
But it seems like Griffin aired his complaints out on social media. As Griffin promised, he had his own comments coming. Well, he just dropped them on Twitter saying, and that's what we were just reading, things I've been hated for. Here are the things that he has been hated for. Cheating, vaping, being I hate this word.
Misogynist, which means hating women.
Misogynist, taking too long to duet. Oh, I'm probably really bad at that. All bored and you're all bored, and this is all getting old. Follow these Disney perfect characters, but let me inform you, it's an act. I have nothing to hide. I'm gonna keep making jokes out of this pettiness. Shit. There was a shit. That's what he said.
Petty.
I should have said bleep. I'm not perfect. This tweet could have been in response to something Dixie posted recently in defense of the slut shaming she's been facing, which said, I guess 48 screenshots of cheating during a relationship means nothing. Slut shaming me some more for having friends.
Yeah, so that is a lot. To me,
that was put on the internet.
That was put on the internet, but I think it's
I would never put anything like that on the internet.
Well,
though.
Griffin's tweet and
that old man, Jesus Christ.
That tweet that Griffin posted came before his apology that we had just read. That's a brand new apology. This tweet was posted, I think, a day ago, this morning. It was posted today, and it's interesting because this tweet reminds me so much of Chase Hudson's tweet when TikTok exploded a couple of months ago. Do you remember this?
Yep.
So it's so similar because I feel like what Griffin is doing, but he's not naming names, is he's trying to make himself look better by throwing other people under the bus by saying, oh, you don't like me, it's just because I'm being real. All of these other people on TikTok, they're like this, but they don't show you this side of them.
Definitely. And Dixie definitely has a voice.
She is the queen of clapbacks.
She has a great clapback.
Mark D'Amelio, her dad, even tweeted something saying that he never has to worry about having to stand up for his daughter because she does it herself. We are big Dixie fans over here. She's just an unapologetic queen. She's amazing.
She's definitely unapologetic.
Yeah.
I love that they said that he takes too long on his duets.
Well, that was the
What's
big
a duet?
thing. So there was a chain going around on TikTok where all these creators were doing a video and then you did a duet. So it was like basically a whole chain of duets, and it was up to Griffin, and Griffin took like 24 hours to do it, and you're supposed to do it like immediately to keep up the chain. So people were mad that he was like going to break the chain and all this stuff, and that was the beginning of like people like kind of trying to cancel Griffin, which we here at Hollywire do not like to cancel. No cancel culture.
No
not
cancel
into
culture.
it. Not into it.
I wanted to touch base though because we didn't bring him up
Yes.
that much in this.
Yes.
What's going on with Noah? What is
Wow,
going to happen?
I mean-
Guys, can we end on that? What is going to happen?
I have a feeling that Dixie and Noah's relationship, and we're going to have another video, so check back on that, basically breaking down Dixie and Noah's relationship. But I think it is heading towards something, and they are more than just a couple of besties, as Dixie likes to say. But we will have another report on that. She says that. She says they're just BFFs, they're just a couple of besties, but if you examine their body language, they really look like they are boyfriend and girlfriend,
Well, he's
or
just
heading
really
that way.
good looking, so
He's
I feel
very
like
cute.
everybody is just like drooling at
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah, he's
Even
very
I
cute.
am. I'm a straight man. I have a girlfriend. You know? I mean, like, I'm drooling with the guy. He had the craziest WAP dance of all time.
Yes, he's very, very attractive.
Did we get any? Is there any comment on her about his WAP dance?
I would have to check that, but I'm sure. I mean, she's definitely the comment queen, so I wouldn't be surprised
Comment.
if she's
We
commenting
want to know
on
what
it. We
you
want
thought
to know what
about
she thought.
that WAP, because I had some opinions on that.
Well, what do you guys think is going on here? Do you think that Griffin is actually jealous, perhaps, of Noah and Dixie? Do you think that Noah and Dixie are actually dating? And did you buy Griffin's apology? Let us know. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Tony Moras.
And follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.